What if the very thing you've been chasing is waiting patiently for you to stop? What if desire creates distance? Not because you're unworthy, but because your grasp is too tight to receive. We've been taught that wanting something fiercely will bring it closer. But in the realm of vibration, the opposite is often true. When you're trying, striving, clinging, you're vibrating lack, not arrival. Surrender isn't weakness. It's the moment when your frequency shifts from need to trust, from effort to alignment. Because letting go is not giving up. It's giving in to the deeper flow that already knows your path. Have you ever felt like the more you wanted it, the further it drifted? Like trying to catch a feather in the wind, and the tighter you close your fist, the quicker it escapes. Holding on is a tension. It blocks the channel. It whispers to the universe, I don't believe it will come unless I force it. But vibration doesn't listen to your words. It responds to your state. And the state of surrender is the most magnetic field of all. Because in surrender, you're no longer chasing the reflection in the mirror. You become the light that casts it. We think we're in control of timelines, outcomes, people, destiny. But control is an illusion. The mind builds to feel safe in a world of uncertainty. And that illusion keeps us stuck. Imagine a leaf floating down a river. It doesn't resist. It doesn't plan. It dances because it trusts the water to carry it exactly where it needs to go. What would happen if you stopped swimming against the current of your life? There's a moment when exhaustion becomes wisdom, when the pushing, the controlling, the manifesting with clenched fists finally gives way to something softer. A sigh, a pause, a quiet whisper within that says, I'm done forcing. And in that precise moment, the shift begins. The vibration changes, and the universe listens, not to your voice, but to your release. Because what you let go of with love has room to return. So why does it finally arrive when you surrender? Because surrender is the vibration of already having. It's saying, I trust that what is meant for me is already on its way. It's not passive, it's deeply active in faith. When you surrender, you open the door wide for what you were unknowingly keeping out. You don't lose your desire, you lose the resistance wrapped around it. Surrender is not a moment, it's a practice, a sacred dance with the unseen. Each time you breathe deeply instead of worrying. Each time you choose to trust instead of control. You vibrate a little higher. You come a little closer. You soften the walls that once kept life out. And suddenly, without drama or noise, things begin to unfold. Not because you chased them, but because you let them. The mind fears surrender. It says, if I let go, I'll fall. But the soul smiles and answers, if you let go, you'll fly. Because your soul has always known. You are not here to control the flow. You are here to flow. And the more you allow, the more you receive. The less you grip, the more you attract. You become the invitation instead of the demand. Faith is a frequency. It's not blind belief. It's embodied certainty. When you vibrate faith, you walk differently. You speak with peace. You attract without effort because you are no longer searching. You are remembering. You don't beg the flower to bloom. You water the soil and trust the light. And then, when you least expect it, there it is, right where your resistance used to be. It's always when you stop looking that it arrives. When you release the grasp, when you forget the need, when you return to your breath and live the moment as it is, the universe speaks. Not in words, in movement, in synchronicity, in the quiet unfolding of what you once thought you had to chase. You didn't lose it. You made space for it. And now it can come. Surrender is the mirror of the divine. In nature, nothing forces, yet everything happens in perfect time. The moon doesn't rush. The ocean doesn't demand. The tree doesn't beg for the sun. They simply are. And in that being, they receive. You too are nature. You too are meant to flow. Your peace is the signal. Your surrender is the prayer. Sometimes, what you asked for shows up not when you expect, but when you forget you needed it. That's not coincidence. That's energetic alignment. You stopped reaching, so it could reach you. You stopped proving, so it could recognize you. Because what is meant for you is not attracted to desperation. It's drawn to your ease, to your inner yes, to your willingness to let go. One of the deepest forms of surrender is releasing the how. Not just the outcome, but the path to get there. Can you trust that the way it comes might not be the way you imagined? Because the universe speaks a language our plans can't translate. It doesn't need your map. It needs your openness. It needs your vibration, not your instructions. And when you surrender the how, life shows you the wow. Sometimes, things take time because you're not ready to hold them yet. The delay isn't denial. It's preparation. The universe doesn't just give you what you want. It aligns you with what you're ready to become. And surrender is the bridge between wanting and receiving. The more you trust the timing, the more the timing aligns. Because the seed doesn't doubt the soil. It trusts the darkness before the bloom. What if you no longer needed what you wanted because you realized you already were it? What if the love, the abundance, the peace you're chasing is not out there, but quietly waiting inside your own vibration? Surrender dissolves the illusion of separation. It brings you home, and from that home, everything flows outward. Like breath, like light, like destiny, unfolding in grace. You were not meant to fight for everything. You were meant to receive, not with guilt, not with doubt, but with the open hands of someone who remembers, I am enough. You don't have to earn your alignment. You already are it. And when you vibrate from that knowing, you become a magnet for all that matches it. Receiving is not passive. It is powerful. It is surrendered action. So I ask you now, what are you still holding so tightly that it's blocking what wants to find you? What would happen if you let go? Gently, lovingly, completely. Not to lose it, but to welcome it in its highest form. Because when you surrender, you become available to miracles. You stop chasing and start attracting. And in that quiet, sacred moment, everything arrives. Not by force, but by resonance.